Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. When you see this live, this your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. Where's here? Right here. This your guy Ray. This your guy Ray. Who am I? I am your lived experience expert on housing, homelessness, housing navigation, recovery, transformation, shared living. But listen, got a powerful episode for you today. The missing link and homelessness. Listen to what this guy got to say in LA, out there in Harbor City, where we're going to be making a little exit there shortly. So guess what? Let's get ready to get this thing popping. Let's get ready to get this thing going. We'll be right back.
What's up, It's your nephew, L.A. Mars. We gonna do it one time for the people like this. Race Corner Live, Race Corner Live. Never be surprised that Ray is on the rise. Never be a fool, take it from the rise. Instagram, Facebook, Ray is going live. From Camden across the world, you can see that he's beneficial. Never the same topics, he's speaking on different issues. Preaching at different churches and speaking at different venues. Ray is that living proof that Jesus is really with you. Controversial issues, he gon' talk about it. Without Ray's Corner Live, hear his thoughts about it. If you ain't tuning in, just know you tripping, homie. This ain't all about religion, it's the wisdom, homie. And the vision, homie. It was written, but sometimes you gotta listen just so you complete the mission, homie. Ray's Corner Live, he got a testimony. I just thank God he got these blessings for me. For real. I learned not to even mess with phonies. Never. Ray's Corner Live, he got a message for me. Thanks. I said a message for me. Ray's Corner Live, he got a message for me. Go. Ray's Corner Live, Ray's Corner Live. Never be surprised that Ray is on the rise. Never be a fool, take it from the rise. Instagram, Facebook, Ray is going live. Ray's Corner Live, Ray's Corner Live. Never be surprised, Ray is on the rise.
What's going on, my people? What's going on, my people? What's going on, my people? This is your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. Where's here? Right here. Let's get ready to get it in. For those of you who don't know me, for those of you who are seeing me for the first time, let me tell you a little bit about it. My name is Ray Wilkerson, and I am a national lived experience expert on homelessness, housing navigation, recovery, transformation, and shared living. If you're new here, check out our mission. It's real simple. One body, one mission, one purpose, one kingdom. So today what we're going to do, we're going to be reacting to a powerful video titled The Los Angeles Homeless Man Talks About Police Sweeps. Oh, wait a minute. Before we get started, let me give you some content first before we get this thing going. But even before we get started with that, listen, hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that notification button. If you're on my YouTube channel, hey, make that thing happen. If you want my TikTok people, if you ain't following me, start following me. And hey, my Facebook people, you know what time it is. So let's get ready. See, I don't talk about homelessness from a textbook. This is not theory what we get ready to talk about when I be speaking. See, I speak from experience. See, you got to understand, I lived through addiction. In August 6th, I have 29 years clean. I lived through homelessness. 3 years on them streets, but really was more than that because I never had a key. So for like 10 years, I was homeless, but the last 3 was like killing me. I lived through incarceration. I made it through my skid bid in prison. I've slept where many people are sleeping right now. I stood in food lines. I stayed in shelters. I'm going through detoxes and treatment centers and rehabs. Whew. And today I help. Where I was destroying and hurting and killing people, I help communities. I don't hurt communities. I help organizations I don't tear them down. I help housing programs. I don't run through them. I understand what it really takes to move someone from homelessness to lasting transformation, not just putting somebody in a bed, in a room, no. So let's dive into this thing. Let's get this thing popping. So I want to say this before I get this video going with this gentleman. As we're listening to this, hold on a second, because I gotta, I got to clear my throat. So as you're listening to this gentleman, one thing becomes clear. So you got to understand, many times society talks about homeless people without even listening to homeless people. Listen, the invisible people. When I was out there, I was invisible. Nobody wasn't listening to me. Nobody wasn't looking at me. Nobody was understanding me. I was just invisible. Because we have this perception of what a homeless person is. They strung out on drugs. They choose to be homeless. They pick themselves up by their bootstraps and all this stuff. But many times society talks about homeless people without even listening to homeless people. See, you gotta understand, right? We create policies and we create programs and we create funding streams. But often the very people we're trying to help don't have a seat at the table. People like myself, people who have went through, people with this lived experience, people who understands, watch this. You've been a social worker for 15, 20 years. You've been a case manager for 15, 20 years. You've been in helping recovery programs for 15, 20 years. So you can understand, you can look at a person and understand their behavior. But what you don't understand is the feelings and the thoughts that cause the behavior. See, us with that lived experience, we can sit at the table and tell you how it feels to walk out a building and look left and look right, look in front of you, no matter where you go. But we don't have that seat at the table, and that's one of the biggest problems in homelessness today. So when this man talks about police sweeps, when he's describing more than just losing the tent, guess what? And I can identify with this. He's describing losing stability. You might not think that tent was stability because at least I had a place to stay. He's describing losing his belongings, all those things. I might not have the key at the house, but that was my house. He's describing losing relationships with the people in that little community you got tight with and y'all had each other back. He's describing losing what little sense of security he has. Now hear me out. I am not trying to say communities shouldn't address safety concerns, because that they need to do that. But if all we're doing is moving people from one block to another block, from one apartment to another apartment, we're not solving homelessness. We're just relocating homelessness. We're not solving homelessness. We're just relocating homelessness. See that it's a big difference. It's a real big difference. So let's hit this real quick. Check this out.
Yes.
We're out here, Harbor City. You're sleeping right here. You made yourself a little shack. Tell me about it.
Well, this is mi casa.
I want to say something. He said Harbor City. That's a place right now where Exodus Life Change. We're getting ready to drop a facility in Harbor City. So I thought this was real important. And when I get out there, I'm making a note to try to find this guy if someone hasn't gotten to him by the time I get out there. But okay, let's do this.
My home, because I don't have a home like per se normal people. Got some issues, unemployed. I don't steal, believe in trying to do right by the other person. So I'm struggling a little bit trying to get housing. I guess I'm waiting. In the meantime, I have to make do with what I've got. And this is what my poor little hands can.
Now I want to say this. This gentleman, you know, he's very articulate. He's very articulate. You can tell. Look, there was a life before where he's at now. I don't know his situation. I don't know what got him there. I know what got me there, to that same situation. But if you're listening to him, he's human. He identifies. I'm just struggling. You see, some of y'all can struggle with a key, and some of us struggle without a key. So what is the difference? A struggle is a struggle. Let's get back with it.
Do right now.
Nobody should have to live like this.
You're right. There's rats, mices, nieces, whatever you call them, filthy. They carry disease, and I have to live with them right here. I've been ran out of the shack before by a gang of rats. I mean, just so disgusting, I couldn't take it. But here I am back again because it's the only place I've got.
How do you handle the noise with the cars going by?
Just kind of get used to it, you know, after being out here for...
See, when I was out there on them streets and I identified, it's just some things you just get used to. You know what I got used to? I got used to pain. I got used to trauma. I got used to depression. So whenever I tried to get clean, and it was no trauma, it was no depression, it wasn't those things, that was abnormal for me at that time. What should have been normal became abnormal. When I had peace, when I had security, that became abnormal because I was so used to my mind being bombarded with these thoughts. I was so used to not knowing that at some point I'm going to fall again. I was accustomed to pain, and pain became my reality.
For a while, I mean, you don't get totally used to it, but you adapt to it, I guess.
It's interesting and sad how humans adapt to things they shouldn't have to, like homelessness.
Very true. I didn't think I had this in me to survive like this. I mean, this took digging down another layer for me to get to understand that a human being can prevail or can survive no matter what the conditions are, as long as...
See, even in the midst, and man, I'm gonna do a full episode on this. I can't do it all this morning. But even in the midst of where he was at, listen, I remember being at this place one time, right? And I'm like, and I looked around and I had this mattress in this cellar. And I understand when he was talking about the rats was sleeping in the daytime and I was sleeping in it at nighttime. But I remember looking around one day and just saying, man, I'm better than this. Man, I know I'm better than this. I know I'm better than this. I totally identify with his feelings. And like you said, you adapt to this thing, right? To the point where you like, my mind had got to the point like knowing when to go to Kentucky Fried and knowing what time they put out the good food in the trash, the dumpster. So I didn't have to dig too deep. Knowing when I went to Dunkin' Donuts, when they put the bags out. See, understand it, like adapting to the fact that became normal for my survival. Knowing that became normal for my survival. Like it was okay. Like to go inside that dumpster. on Mount Ethan Avenue and Van Hook Street in Camden, New Jersey. I was a manager at that Kentucky Fried, that same Kentucky Fried. So I knew what time they sent the stuff to the. I can remember going in that trash can one time, and there was a bar across the street, and I was kind of popular. And it was such shame and guilt because I didn't want nobody to see me, but I had to eat. Let's do a few more minutes of this, and then we're going to get out of here. And I'm going to do a whole segment on this.
There's oxygen and water.
And now we just got to get the public and the political will to fix this, to get people into housing. Now, you're telling me when I asked how long you've been out here, you don't remember. It's been that long.
It's been a minute. I would say a good 6 years at least. We started off over in that jungle behind you. For the longest time, at least 2-3 years, nobody even knew that we existed because of the brushes, the covering. Nobody knew until the place kind of exploded. A lot of people, homeless people, found out about it, and they started coming in by the drove.
Homelessness has been growing.
Absolutely.
And people look for a safe spot.
That's why we group together here.
So it's a community. So I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. There were so many other things I wanted to talk about, but you got to understand, we talk about housing. We're going to take this guy, and this is the old guard. That's why we have to have people with lived experience. I went from the streets. They gave me a voucher in Camden for a room. Most of the rooming houses were crack houses. Even in that rooming house, the only thing I had to do was go downtown every month, sign a piece of paper that the landlord get paid, and that's all I had to do. And I would have been living there, and I still got evicted because nothing changed but the geographical location. See, if we put this man right here in a unit right now, nothing's going to change but the geographical location. We need to have a shared living, that shared living program where he relearns how to be normal again. Because this abnormal life that I lived became normal, and the normal life was abnormal. So we have to have that transition. We have to have that pathway. That's why Exodus Life Change is so important. That shared living part to re-educate, to relearn yourself. And the powers that be have to understand they need to get more of us at the table because a lot of group homes, a lot of shared living programs, they run improperly. I had to relaunch my shared living program because you got to make sure there's got to be a purpose for your shared living program, and now it's there. But I'm not here to talk about that right now. I'm not here to talk about my book. I'm here to talk about housing is important. But housing alone is not transformation. See, we spend years on getting people housed, right? We spend many, many years, many dollars focused on getting people in house. And that's a good thing. But what happens after they move in? See, no matter what you think, they just left the community and that encampment. They just left the community. But once you get them moved in, do they have a community? Do they have accountability? Do they have life skills? Do they have support? Do they have purpose? Do they have income? Do they have healthy relationships? What you thought might have been unhealthy where they was healthy for them at that time, was healthy for me at that time. Do we know how to maintain keeping our house the way it's supposed to be? Those are the questions we got to answer. But I will say this. In my book, From Homeless to Housing the Homeless, the missing link between homelessness and housing and lasting transformation. I'm gonna leave you with this. In that book, I discuss how the real challenge begins after someone receives the key. The key opens the door, but transformation keeps the door open. And see, that's where many systems struggle, because we just do that geographical location. So look, this your guy Ray coming to you live all the way from here. Where's here, right chair? And I'm at Ray's Corner Live. I'm at Exodus Life Change. But like we always say, God loves you and I love you, and guess what? Ain't nothing you can do about it. If this have touched you, share this. Drop in the comment section. Like, hey, Ray, what can I do? How can I help? Make sure you go get my book on Amazon. Peace out. Holla.